Hi everyone, this is Manny with Bison Solutions. I'm here with David, and David shared a lot of great information with me, and I think it's our obligation to share it with you guys. So David, how are you today?
I'm good.
Great. Could you tell us about yourself, your service, and your company, please?
Absolutely, happy to. So Dave Kopus with Artis Inc. We are WCB consultants. We work with employers in all different kinds of industries to help them control their WCB costs. What a lot of companies don't realize is that WCB is like insurance. If you have claims, your costs are going to go up. And a big part of what we do is we help companies control those costs. We can bring the premiums down, and we've saved clients hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars on the WCB premiums by doing detailed analysis of their files of where the costs are coming from. Our staff are all ex-WCB employees, so we know the system inside and outside. We know the rules, the written ones and the unwritten ones. And frankly, employers out there are focused on doing what they know best.
Absolutely.
Which is running their companies.
Exactly.
Right? If your taxes were too high, you'd call an accountant. Well, what we're trying to say to people nowadays is if you feel your WCB is too high, have us come take a look at it. It doesn't take us long. We can look at the numbers. It's pretty straightforward. We'll tell you if there's money that potentially can be saved there. At the end of the day, no one's going to bring us on board unless we can save them money.
Absolutely. So we are planning to optimize when it comes to our operation, and David came to our facility today with zero charge, and we were fortunate that we had a great WCB report, and I think you were happy.
Yeah.
But what we discussed, like, let's say for a company that they have about 300 employees, right? And so what happens if they don't have a really great safety record, or if they have some details that you can share with the audience?
Sure. So once you get up into a company, you've got 300 employees. If you're in one of the higher rate industries, and of course anything to do with construction, oil and gas, transportation, anything like that, you're going to be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on WCB. If you have a couple of injuries and you've done worse than your competitors, your costs are going to go up. You could pay up to a 40% surcharge.
40%?
40%.
Wow. Yeah.
If you have that for multiple years in a row, it could go as high as 280%.
Wow.
Which means if you're a company that was spending $300,000 on your WCB a year, you're now spending over $1 million a year. And I promise you that it means you have an OHS inspector on your site once a week, because WCB works hand in hand with OHS, with who they see as people who have too high an injury rate. The good news is those companies that have good safety records, who've been able to keep their costs down, they can get up to a 40% saving on their WCB premiums. And a lot of the work we do is in helping good companies get better. And sometimes just by trimming just that one little case off, we can save tens of thousands of dollars. It's amazing how moving just a couple of decimal points in a large company.
Absolutely.
And it's found money. This is money that was coming right off your bottom line. So we're happy to talk to companies, let them know what we do, see if there's some way we can be of service. Worst cases, we're going to say you're doing a great job and you're in a great position, just like Bison is. It's a good news story. You may need us in the future. If you do, we'll be there.
That's why you are here, and it's a pleasure that a lot of people now, great people that they care about this industry, they're coming to our operation to help us to make sure that we are on the right track. But do you have any example, or do you have any experience that you help one of the clients and then you're proud of it, that you drop their rates?
You know, one of my favorites is a client we've worked with for a number of years. They're a small trucking company, 20 staff. So they had a driver who gets in an accident, Gets sent to hospital with a couple of cracked ribs. He then gets treated for cocaine addiction, pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars later in hospital bills.
Wow.
Has all been charged back to this trucking company.
Mm-hmm.
We got all the costs removed that weren't related to the cracked ribs.
Is that right?
So instead of $120,000 in medical costs for a hospital stay, we brought it down to $9,000. Because it wasn't the trucking company's fault that this guy had pneumonia.
Exactly.
It wasn't their fault. And so we will be able to get all those costs removed. This trucking company gets a negative invoice for $130,000. It's a pretty nice amount when you've got only 20 employees.
Absolutely. And so what's your message to our audience? What's your message to our industry? And how can people find you if they need help?
Number one message is if you haven't had someone look at your WCB, please give us a call. We're happy to come out and take a look. It's a free, no charge, no obligation consultation. Very quickly we'll be able to tell if there's something that we can do to help you or not. You can find us on the web, artistsolutions.ca. You can contact us through Bison. Really, it's a no-risk consultation for companies.
Absolutely.
Worst case is we're going to tell you you're doing a great job, and if you need us in the future, we'll be there. So right now we're getting the word out. Happy to share the message.
Exactly, and I strongly believe that business is all about integrity and honesty. So David came here today and he was honest with us, and he mentioned that your company is in a good shape. We can't even help you at this moment, but in the future, if you need any help, we'll be more than happy to help you. But I get really excited when I see a message that we can spread the word and we can help our audience, our clients, our people, and the whole industry. Thanks again, and it's a pleasure that we had a meeting today.
No, I really enjoyed it. Thank you
you
for your time.
Thanks.